Hello, everybody, and welcome to LDI Presents Stream Drop Distance Anniversary Edition. And it is our 1-year anniversary. Yay!
Yay! Stream Drop Distance.
We're a little choppy on stream, but honestly, I don't know if there's going to be a way around that. So, hopefully we sound okay.
Nine people.
Well,
so let's get started. We will start in the city of Neverwinter. Nova, you are in the market district of Neverwinter, and you see across the market the old tiefling woman whom you met at that creepy mist mansion, and you had to fight a sword together.
Excellent. I will approach and say hello. Hello!
What? Oh, hello! Hi, you're that lady with the big boom thing, right?
Yes.
Oh, it's so good to see you again. What are you doing here?
I don't remember.
Oh, yes. Oh. That happens to me sometimes, too.
How's your sword?
What? It's gone. And that's all I'm going to say about that.
Okay.
So what brings you to Neverwinter?
Oh, I've been living here for a little while. After we fought a dreadlord and, had a couple of dogs beat the crap out of that guy, we suddenly found ourselves back here. And, I actually reconnected with after we left the sword fight thing with the creepy mansion, I went back to the people that I am now living with, my friends, and we've been just hanging out here.
Fascinating.
Oh, sorry. Drop the pencil.
No, that's in character.
Yeah.
She drops whatever she's holding.
Yeah.
She bends down to pick it up. A bunch of candies spill out of her bag. It's a whole thing.
No. So as Granny bends over to pick up the candies, there is a bright flash of light. Nella, you discover that Storm of Stars has left a note and has vanished. As you are a badass, you very easily pick up his trail, and you have caught up to him outside of Neverwinter, where he is snuck out under cover of darkness.
Whoa, hey, hi. What are you doing out here?
following you.
Pardon?
Following you.
What a coincidence. I'm in front of you. You just out for a stroll, or?
No. Coming with you. We had a whole conversation about sticking together and, being friends, and then you just kind of left. Kind of bullshit.
What? No. Trust me, that's not what this is. This is about family. This is about it's complicated, but it involves an allegiance with a group that I've avoided being involved with because I don't like to be tied down to anyone except friends. But all I can say is that they use harps, and they're supposed to be secret. They're not so secret. So I'm supposed to go meet someone on something big, and it involves someone in my family who I thought was dead, and I don't know if they're dead. So that's why I left, and it could be a big deal, and I'm supposed to be on the down low, and I'm supposed to just drop everything and go. And so that's what I've done. So I'm sorry, but I can't have you come with me because it's too dangerous.
Well, that's too bad. I'm coming with you.
All right.
Cool. And Nella will start like walking in whatever direction she thinks Storm was going.
And as Nella turns to start walking, there is a bright flash of light. In the city of Waterdeep. Vianti and Dancelap. You guys are prepping for another day. Kind of final preparations. The show is about to open soon. You've recruited some new talent. You're continuing to find help. So what does an average morning look like for the two of you?
Well, I've gotten all my just rigorous and enthralling accounting already done. So yeah, I got my makeup on. I'm wearing a robe, having a mimosa. You know, just trying to get centered.
Living that small business owner life.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Doing books and day drinking. Yeah.
Hey, mimosas are one of humanity's greatest inventions. They took drinking and made it acceptable for the morning.
Ooh.
It's the Waterdavian dream. So yeah, I'm chilling with my bestie, I presume.
Yeah, I'd be just hanging out, helping her the best I can, learning math, probably. Pouring her some mimosas.
Upstairs, you hear Caden and Rose Sharpthorn are having another row. And you can hear him stomping down the steps and her running after him. And he very hastily deuces you guys and then throws open the door. And as he throws open the door, all four of you see a flash.
Girl.
Issabel and Korg, you have recently returned to the city of Waterdeep from the Dread Realm of Keldon. You might be preparing to go into greener pastures, but right now you're kind of resettling, maybe making preparations to go your separate ways. But you both happen to be in the marketplace this morning. What do you guys do?
Korg is... Actually, you know what? Isabella's probably the one who should be deciding.
I mean, she'd just walk up to Korg to say good morning.
Good morning. Korg seems awfully cheery today, for some reason.
Oh, and what is it that has you in such a jolly mood?
I finished a new song.
Ooh, do we get to hear it?
Maybe.
Oh, if you want to save it for a special occasion, that works wonderfully.
I would like to save it for a special occasion. Although I do have a show tonight. I'm opening for some other guy. I don't... Salt and Pepper, whatever his name is.
That's it.
Yeah, I would imagine Korg is probably the type of... He's famous enough to probably get his name on the poster, but not famous enough to actually get his face on.
Okay. And as you guys are going back and forth, Korg deciding whether or not he will sing this song, there is a flash of light. All 8 of you open your eyes, and you are standing on a small platform, and there's a spotlight on you.
No.
And kind of, as you blink and your eyes adjust, you can see you are in a stadium full of cheering fans.
Oh, word.
Is this goat ball? I'm glad you're with us, Nella.
A
Korg will,
posture.
A person.
Korg doesn't start.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Korg doesn't hesitate. He uses prestidigitation to make his voice loud, if that's something he can do. And he will go, "Good morning, stadium."
A person appears next to you guys, and he looks like a gnome with red robes. He's bald and he's got long white hair. And he starts to gesture to all of you. And he pauses for a second. And he snaps his fingers. And he transforms into a man in his early 30s with a beard, gray hair, glasses. He's wearing a black shirt that says suboptimal across it. And
so the dungeon master walks in and transforms himself to the dungeon master. Do I hear this correctly?
And he says, "Hello, I am Dungeon Master, your guide in the world of Dungeons and Dragons. You've all been selected to participate in a great event where your skills in social encounters, puzzles, and combat will be tested. But before we start, joining me in the booth today is Halvor Kosel and Chris Collingswood." And a little spotlight appears, or like there's a big magic-y illusion screen. And there is a half-orc in an obvious toupee and an ugly mustard sports coat. And a very boring-looking elf. And the half-orc says, "It is a beautiful afternoon here at the Coliseum Beyond as we welcome our newest challengers and upstarts to this, the greatest game played amongst all the free people of known space and time. I never knew my father, and my mother was distant. Chris." And the very boring elf says, "Now here's a great group of adventurers. We seem to have pulled in doubles. We'll have to see who we have today." Everybody roll initiative.
Andy, very important question.
Ooh, sure.
Did the mimosa come with me?
Yes.
That is a very important question.
I can't see.
That's a 1.
Okay.
That is my first roll of the night, ladies, gentlemen.
Would you
and
roll
everyone
that
else.
20, dude?
Okay. No.
1.
Okay. So,
one.
did anyone get above a 20?
Yes.
Storm, what did you get?
I have
course you did.
23.
23? Storm of Stars is 23.
His cat-like reflexes.
Meow.
Anyone else above a 20? 15 to 20. No, really?
Yay, team!
10 to 15.
14.
Nella, 14.
14 here also.
13.
14 at Nella, 14 at Vianti, 13
Didn't
for
Nova
Dancelap.
and Nella go at the same time last time they were playing together?
Sorry, Nova also had a 14?
Yes.
Oh my god!
That's fantastic.
Womp 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 womp.
So I'm
Everyone
like
does their
Quicksilver.
power poses and breaks in 3 different directions
Right.
on 14.
I start running up
Korg.
debris.
Every
Floating
Korg's
in the air.
power pose.
Every Korg pose, he's always flexing.
5.
Exactly.
Drinking water, he's like,
Granny, what did you get?
I'm running at the back with a cool 5.
Hi, Korg, what did you get?
8.
Okay. And,
Granny dropped her candies again.
Izzo, what did you
She
get?
has no idea what's going on.
A
Korg was
whopping
distracted by
3.
3.
Ooh, candy.
Okay. Well, conveniently, Storm of Stars and Nella get to go first together. So, you see Dungeon Master wave his hand, and a giant D20 appears above his head and rolls. And Nella and Storm, you, on your platform, you're standing next to each other, you kind of sink into a small room where you see... Who do you guys have to talk to? You see a gray ooze who you've seen once before. The group of adventurers named Strike Team Beta seem to have named him Uzi. And as you do, you can hear over the loudspeaker Halvor and Chris say, now from Bar Crawl, we have Nella and the legendary Storm of Stars. And there's a little graphic that says, Nella, confirmed kills, like a billion. and Storm of Stars, songs about Vecna, 1.
Most important
all you need,
one.
It's all you need.
Yeah, it's a real good song about Vecna. And then Halvor says, known for various deeds around the city of Neverwinter and a bit of plane hopping, they dismantled the cult of Vecna in the city and stopped the Red Wizards from a full-on incursion of the Jewel of the North. And of course, Goat Ball champions. I've always found mayonnaise off-putting. Chris? Now here's a bit of an odd couple. On one side you have the party leader and Catman about town, Storm of Stars. And on the other, you have a sassy archer who takes no gruff. I like Nella's attitude, Hal. That's for sure. Okay. So, you guys see this little ooze, and you can hear the voice of Dungeon Master say, you must convince this sad creature that he is special and loved. And Uzi starts waving his little hands, and he says, I didn't win the vote! Why?
Oh, okay. I might have to roll the metagame, that one. Not knowing that it should.
I'm counting it.
What vote?
Exactly. Look. You win the vote for me. You're the number one ooze I've ever met. You're the only one with any personality or charm. I'd say you're elite. I'd say you're a cut above the rest. That's what I would say. So, if you're feeling blue, you can turn that oozy frown upside down. Yes, you can. I'm going to give him inspiration.
Ooh. Uzi has a D8?
Yeah, it's a D8. That's right. Oozy. How can I do anything but choose thee as the number one, the ooze with all the fun and charm?
Did you make that up on the spot? That was really good.
A ballad extempore. Thank you. I hear some metal critic in my mind. Thank you. All the vowels have umlauts automatically.
Uzi will kind of start waving his little hands, and he says, really? You really mean it? You like me? You think
Yes, I would sally forth in any field to be with you.
Well, because I only got 2 votes, and the sad robot got a vote. Tim Weaver got a vote, and we can't be on the same stream together. We have the same voice. And Ushin, I mean, she's real scary, but I don't know why she got a vote.
Let it go, little ooze, let it go.
And N.A. Soren only got 1 vote, you grackle, ha! But then he's kind of
I would love to sit and pick your brain. You just say, you speak in mysteries that seem to have whole truth to them.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. This is real weird.
I agree. Are you hungry?
I'm always hungry.
Well, here, let me give you a little treat. I happen to be packed for the road. So here, I'll give him some rations. There you go. How do you like them? Do you want it in your hand or me to just drop it in your mouth?
Just drop it into my mouth. My mouth is
Here
everywhere, by the way.
Okay. Make a game. Wow. Okay. Okay. So, great. That makes it fun for me. It's like feed 'em all. Okay. Bloop, 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 bloop.
And then he's kind of, as he's kind of digesting them, he says, "Can I have a hug?"
Ooh.
hug.
Will you hold my hat, please?
Always.
Thank you. And my lute, please.
Yep.
And a loom, please. Take off. I'm gonna take off my doublets. And my fur's all. So I'm gonna poof out. Okay. I can do this. Come at me, boy. Okay. So I'm just focusing on my breathing, trying to purr.
Man, this is going to be like when a cat gets into silly putty. It's just going to be stuck for
Yeah, real gross.
This is so nice. You're so comforting. Thank you. So take 6 acid damage.
I knew it. Waiting. I knew it was the risk I had to take. Okay.
That doesn't mean it. He loves you.
I know it does. I know he does.
The platform under you and Nella kind of like jerks forward, and it's like a ride at Disney World. You're kind of sliding forward, and Uzi says, "Wait, come back. We weren't done."
What? Uzi.
Bye.
Farewell, young Ooze. Auf Wiedersehen, goodbye.
So above Nella and Storm's head, it says 5 points.
Ooh. I don't know what that means.
I don't know either.
That felt like more like 9 to me.
Yeah, we got gypped the points.
Raph! I need to see the Raph!
I call foul.
Nova and Granny, your platform lowers next, and you enter into a small little room that is full of steam, and there is a surly-looking man wearing a wife beater who's stirring a cauldron of potatoes. And the voice of Dungeon Master says, "You have to get this odd and obstinate man to serve a foodstuff other than potatoes."
Granny is gonna look at Nella with like the biggest smile on her face. She's like,
Oh.
she pulls out a handful, like it's a mix of the strawberry candy and the Werthers.
Yeah.
She's like, "Have I got the thing for you? You know, this is perfect timing. I was actually beginning to run out just a little bit." And like her hands are completely full. She's in no danger of running out. So she approaches the man and she's like, Would you like one?
Kind of looks at it, pokes the pile, and then he takes a big scoop from his cauldron and he says, "Taters?
You mean potatoes?
Taters.
Potatoes.
Taters.
Potatoes?
Taters."
This is the rest of the stream, everybody.
I'm okay with that.
Taters.
Potato.
And he looks at you like, "We're saying the same thing. Taters."
Well, listen. What would you do if I told you that there was a thing that was better than these taters?
Taters.
See, there's these things that can cheer up all of your friends. And, you know, if you try just one, I'll have some of your taters, as you call them.
Taters. And he scoops you just a plain boiled potato, and he hands it to you in a little bowl, and then he takes a strawberry candy, and he unwraps it, puts it in his mouth. Taters.
Uh-huh. See, these are very easy to make. Easier than your taters.
taters.
And boiled.
It's taters. As if to say, that's it. I just boil potatoes. It's the easiest thing you can make.
Nova will take a candy out of Granny's pile and unwrap it, and then, locking eyes with Taters, will hold it over the cauldron. Mm-hmm. Does he do anything?
No, he's just kind of looking at you like, well, what are you going to do with that?
He drops it in.
And he kind of just starts to stir it around. And did you put the strawberry or the...
I don't know.
Okay.
What did I grab, Mira?
You put a strawberry in. And the water starts to turn like sticky and pink. And he's kind of stirring it around, and he stabs a potato and kind of smells it and takes a bite. Taters. And he just takes all of the candies and dumps them into the cauldron. And you've invented sweet potatoes. And little conveyor belt.
We'll definitely call sweet taters.
Yeah, and taters waves as you guys move forward. And over your head it says 5 points, and I forgot to do your intro. So let me do it now. Granny and Nova. Okay. From Shadowborn Manor, we have Granny and Nova. Really? Not the Goblin Fellow or the Thundercat? Player conflict. I understand. And then the graphics is Nova, sneak attacks with a gun, 37. Granny, number of Dark Lords defeated, 2. These two work together to undo the damage done by Ebonbane and help banish the evil sword out of the demi-plane of dread. My favorite movie is Werner Song. Chris? Now here's a pair who can get things done. That gun is no joke, and Granny has no time for your nonsense. Back when I was a monk in this league, I would have really been terrified of this duo.
You can see that Granny has pulled out a second pouch and is counting the candies in that one. You don't know where it came from.
Pouch of infinite candies.
Number of candies in pouch. Enough.
Sideways 8.
Always.
Question mark.
Vianti and Dancelap, your little platform lowers, and the voice of Halvor says, we have Sassy and Classy, missing Brassy and Backup. Vianti and Dancelap. Representing the Kissed Coin from Waterdeep. Perhaps best known for outbidding Manchun and putting on a ghost cabaret, these entertainers always use their full movement. My wife left me and I cry myself to sleep most nights, afraid I'll never know love again. Chris? The little graphic says Vianti, inventor of Zumba, and Dancelap, favored enemy, horses. Now here's a pair who just embody friendship. Wonderful to see that kind of off-the-field relationship, and let's see if it can be channeled into on-the-field success. Now we're far away from Toril. Let's hope you know who doesn't come knocking. You've got that right, Chris. You guys are lowered into a small room with a very muddy floor and a bucket and mop, and the voice says, you need to get Caden to mop this floor.
This is the weirdest shit I've ever been part of, Vianti.
You're welcome.
I've been part of some weird shit.
You and me both, my friend.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember that one. Pass.
You can hear the Dungeon Master roll some more dice, and he's like, I can give you an encounter off the random table. Do you want that?
I don't know. Do you want to browbeat Caden? Actually, That sounds fun.
Yeah, it might be kind of fun.
Is Caden in the room?
Yes, it's Caden and Rose.
That's what he meant by all four of us.
Oh, honey.
You're not my real mom!
Okay, I didn't say I was. Caden, you've pretty much been free room and boarding it at my establishment. Sup. And you're kind of making my young charge upset an awful lot. And I think the least you could do is mop a floor.
I don't have to. I don't even know where we are. This isn't your house. You're not the boss of me.
You are just the worst.
Also, you're not my real mom. I have a Mustang. You don't even understand me.
Your horse is broken. There's something wrong with that horse.
Yeah, it's
something more wrong than most horses.
And Dancelap knows horses.
Very well. And how to use rapiers, thank you very much.
Look, I added some aftermarket parts that were maybe meant for a duck, but they work okay?
There's just a lot wrong with what you just said.
You don't know anything about me. I'm going places. My band, it's really going to be successful.
Oh,
yeah?
Funny.
Yeah.
Tell me more about it.
We're called Open Flame Cooking Situation. We're really going somewhere.
I was drinking Andrew. Okay.
No fair. I was drinking, Marty.
Okay. Are there like seats in this room, or it's just a dirty floor bucket?
If you would like seats, there can be seats. Kind of, if you look over at the bar materializes.
A dirty floor in a bucket. That's priceless.
Rose, honey, we need to talk. Hey, while we're doing that, Caden, I suggest you mop the floor. You want to give me a wisdom save there, bro?
He rolled a 6. And I'm going to say he has -1 wisdom. He rolled a 5.
Yeah, not good enough. And then I will post up at the bar with what's left of my mimosa, pat the seat next to me for Vianti, and pat the other one next to me and kind of try and get Rose over here.
He'll
be doing that for 8 hours.
I don't have to, as he's mopping.
Keep telling yourself that.
Yeah, and Rose will sit down next to you.
Honey, we've all made a lot of fun mistakes. And really, it's part of why I called you to the city, but I was hoping you'd make more than one by now. And you just kind of keep making the same one over and over.
And this one's not really that fun anymore, it doesn't seem like.
Pardon me. What we have is real. You wouldn't understand.
Oh, I 100p understand.
Caden understands me.
You are talking to the two people that probably understand your situation the most.
The most.
You were never...
Hey, Caden, what's Rose's birthday?
I want to say... 11111. Can't be right.
Look at Rose.
Stupid Caden. Stupid. And she'll pick up a sponge on the... throw it at him. You think I'm 300, you idiot?
I'm just saying. You've just moved from dim to dimmer. And it's a big city. There's like lots of guys to make mistakes with.
Or ladies.
Or girls. God, get out there.
You know, there is a new server at Thank Torments Tormsday who I thought was cute.
Oh, yeah. I love that they put them all in those little pants.
Yeah. his name was Braden.
You know what? I'll take it.
She knows what she likes, I guess.
Yeah.
And,
Just
sorry, go ahead.
go ahead. No, go ahead. I feel we've done what we needed to do in
and
this.
the little conveyor belt takes you and Vianti away, and Dancelap starts to tell Caden, it's over. You don't understand me either. And then
Winking finger guns
and then-
and high five Vianti.
she steals your dim and dimmer lime.
Yes! Make sure you take that mimosa with you this time.
Oh, yeah, hold on.
You see Dancelap run back in, grab it. Okay.
Oh, look at there.
Careful in your heels.
Okay.
Damn it, Collinsworth. Nobody cares about when you play.
Okay, and then Korg and Issabel lower down, and
What's our intro?
I'm doing it.
Forget me there.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
From the Silent Nights, we have Korg and Issabel. And then the little graphic says, Carol's written, 2. Worker revolution started, 1.
Reaches up for a high five.
Yeah. High five.
Our newest pairing, Korg and Issabel, were instrumental in defeating the Dark Lord, Alistair Scrimp, and freeing Keldon from its prison on the demi-plane of Dread. I'm rather cold right now. Chris?
Instrumental. Korg likes what he did there.
Now here's an interesting duo. They sparked immediate chemistry when they had to split the party. They actually split the party, Hal. Can you believe it? Sure, Chris, whatever. You enter into a small room, and there is a goblin wearing a boot on his head, who has a weasel on his shoulders and is holding a small box. And from somewhere else you hear, really? He's never been on stream! He got the most fucking votes? Are you kidding me?
Is that Uzi's voice?
Yes.
Of course.
Uzi, watch your language.
No!
Let it go, Uzi.
I won't be
Let it go.
silenced anymore! And the little...
I built this company!
The little goblin holding the box says, hello, my name is Stigbat, and this is butter. Would you like to see my box? And the voice of Dungeon Master says, you have to get Snigbat to give you his magic box. Hold on, I have it.
This, I'm not going to enjoy this one. I don't want to take his box.
Oh, there it is.
Look, it's close.
Korg will walk over to him.
It's so magic.
Korg will give the thumbs up.
Thank you for appreciating my box.
Is it just like an empty room aside from that?
Yes.
I'm gonna real quick have Issabel cast Detect Magic as a ritual.
Okay.
That takes 10 minutes.
That's okay.
Real quick.
Korg's got time to work on this.
It's true.
There's no time.
Just having a
to
conversation.
this part. The box is magic. The school associated with it is illusion. The box just glows. That's what's magic about it.
Korg also have magic. And then Korg will make some sparks appear with prestidigitation.
Whoa. That is also
More sparks, more
very
prestidigitation.
magic. And Snigbat will
Because
also
there's sparky.
yeah. Snigbat will also cast prestidigitation. I like magic and sparks.
What would you?
Both things are wonderful.
What would you say your favorite spell is?
Magic box is probably my favorite spell.
Do you think you could teach that one to me?
A nice wizard lady showed me how to do it. You just go like this, and then the box glows, and it's magic, and I went on a quest for it. It fell out of a door.
1 second, I gotta look at Korg's inventory. Okay, Korg has a silver skull necklace. He's going to put a hand on it and, using minor illusion, make it glow with a bunch of runes and say, Korg actually got something similar on a quest. This magic silver necklace that also glows.
Stigbat will cast Detect Magic. That is magic, yes.
I used minor illusion on it.
Yeah, no. He doesn't care what school of magic is associated, just that it is magic. He'll say, what kind of quest was it important?
Well, Korg went to a plane of dread and started a revolution, mostly on purpose.
Mostly on purpose, yes.
And Korg learned valuable lessons about worker exploitation and midwinter.
And age. You learned a very important lesson on age.
Korg learned to treasure every day.
I would love a pamphlet on this subject, because you see, I am trying to fight the oppression of hobgoblins and what they have done to my people. They try and make us fight, and we no longer want to fight. I live in a very fancy tower made of terrible pepper, and I think that if we weren't here, I would show it to you, but I do have a magic box, and I have butter. But if you want to trade the skulls for the magic box, I think that seems like a fair trade.
What do you mean by terrible pepper?
I tried to eat it, and it's black and grainy like pepper, but it burned my mouth and then my insides. And then
when it gets hot.
Some people told me never to make it hot because it'll go boom.
So it does, and she's gonna switch her arm into gun form, just like, so when it gets hot, does it do this? And she just like points it off into the middle distance, fires her arm cannons, just like that. It does that.
Yeah.
Korg will definitely take you up.
Really sad when Fake Name and Small Butt set it off. They're okay, but my house got blown up. So, and then I didn't have a house for a while. But then we rebuilt the house. That was a good part of my life.
Did you also rebuild it out of the same material?
Yeah. Waste not, want not is something I always say. Reduce, reuse, recycle, and never look a gift barrel in the mouth.
Korg maybe suggest you use barrels not filled with terrible pepper.
Lots of people keep saying that,
yes.
But then they don't ever give me new barrels.
So what you're calling terrible pepper is what is in fact called gunpowder or black powder.
Yeah, it black like pepper and it powder like pepper. Terrible pepper.
The point is still that it explodes. Build your house out of something
That's
else.
why it's terrible pepper. I feel like we're not on the same page right now.
I feel like I'm concerned for your well-being. I'm sorry, it's just I'm a bit of an expert when it comes to these things. I would not use this as a building material. It's why I only have one arm.
Oh, that's very sad.
He's an expert at pepper.
Yes.
Did a hobgoblin take the arm from you?
No, the explosion did.
And the hobgoblin was named Explosion. We're on the same page.
Korg will give the skull necklace and take the magic box.
Thank you. And he'll take off his hat and pull out another smaller magic box. And he will open it and put the little necklace in it and close it and then put it back under his boot. And you two will...
Korg will at one point open the magic box to see if there's anything inside.
Nope. Nothing inside.
Oh, okay.
Does it still glow? Does it still glow?
Still glows.
I would like to point out that Issabel shot her cannon and then asked a question later.
Oh.
I'm marking it.
Great point.
Also, she shot her cannon at all, which is also on the bingo card.
Okay. You all kind of click, 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 click. And you were all standing in front of a circular cavern with a deep pool of water. Within the water, you see kind of ripples, and then a dragon turtle sticks its head out of the water. And it says, I am Liranok the Wavebreaker. I have waited long for new challengers to face these trials. I hope you are all worthy of what comes next. To continue to your final challenge, you must simply answer one riddle per group. The first shall be simple for a set of worthy adventurers, while the answer to the fourth riddle is as old as time itself. Okay, so...
Time. The answer to the fourth one is time.
No, nothing. The answer to the fourth one is nothing.
Damn it.
The answer to the fourth one is
I want to
Granny.
see my answer.
The answer to the fourth one is probably Granny, yes.
The dragon turtle kind of is like, wait, one at a time. I haven't even asked a question yet. Kids today.
If we are distributing the questions, Korg would like to point out that he minored in history.
Roll a better initiative next time, Korg. Storm and Nella. Find me floating through water, or stuck in the sand, or maybe just resting in the palm of your hand. Sometimes a treasure, sometimes a home, sometimes a spiral, sometimes a dome. Within my walls, the ocean I hold, and if you listen, a story is told. What am I?
Korg will reach down and sort of push Iz's hand down. Not your turn.
Nella, do you want to take this? I think I know what it is.
I guess. I hate riddles, but I'm pretty sure I know what it is.
Please.
Alright. Now we'll step up and say, is it seashell?
Ding, ding, ding! And your pillar will rise up into the next area. Okay, good.
Knew I was right.
Sure you were, Izzy.
Nova and Granny. You find one half of me within the night sky, and the other within a lake. If we meet and my arms had hands, there would be many for you to shake. I may seem weak, but that isn't so. Cut part of me off, and I simply regrow. What am I?
Is there any way that I can roll some wisdom on this?
Sure, you can make an intelligence or wisdom check.
Okay, yeah. I'll go with wisdom, because that is a much better stat for me. God, I'm rolling like absolute garbage tonight. 11. Wait, is that right? Yeah, that's right.
That's... You also hate riddles. Just say what you mean. Yeah, no, you're trying to think and nothing...
Many arms.
Maybe ask to hear it again?
I can read it again.
Yeah, can you read that?
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
You find one half of me within the night sky, and the other within a lake. If we meet and my arms had hands, there would be many for you to shake. I may seem weak, but that isn't so. Cut part of me off, and I simply regrow.
Oh, a starfish?
Ding, ding, ding!
Korg noticing a pattern in these questions. They all seem related.
Yeah, the first half was very misleading, though.
Nella will call down and be like, starfishes don't live in lakes. Your riddle's bullshit.
No, it's the fish part. It's the fish part.
I appreciate her.
I love the image of this dragon turtle defending himself. Well, no, hold on.
No, I just was referring to the literal fish because it's a star fish.
The word.
It's a word.
Next time, just say what you mean.
No.
Also, the technical term is.
I agree with what the voice in the sky said. This is bull.
Also, you said what part of me lives in this place, and the other part of me is this place. That implies it's two halves of a whole, not two different things with the same name.
But if you cut a starfish in half,
Yeah,
it's
but
simply
I'm not defending
And
myself.
fling it
You
in
got
the
it
bag?
right. I don't care.
We're just giving you some notes. Everyone can grow from critique.
Look, lady, I was handed a script.
The nature of acting is improvisation.
Korg think
It's
you're
like-
You want me to
She's like-
improv a riddle? I'm not having this debate anymore.
Nova's writing in her notebook.
I like that all this is happening as the pillar's raising.
Yeah.
Is Lyranok a boy?
Let's say sure.
Is Nova writing down that this dragon turtle is dumb?
Yes.
I'm counting it.
I have to ask that when Nella accepted to answer the riddle, did she shrug?
Not so far, man. I've been watching.
Well, Liz
She
should
said, I
shrug.
guess, which is a verbal shrug.
That's why it made me ask, actually. But yeah,
Um,
I'm not going to count that yet.
okay, it's cool. We have time.
if you guys didn't like that last one, you're gonna hate this one.
God.
Dancelap and Vianti.
Oh, God.
Within my shell, great secrets I hold. Open me up, and the truth shall be told. I typically drift, forgotten by most, floating along till I find a new coast. And if I do perish before I am found, my existence is meaningless, my purpose is drowned. I'll wither away amongst the debris, my secret dissolved so no one shall see. What am I?
A novel,
we-
not a riddle.
Might we have a moment to kibitz amongst ourselves?
Yes.
Korg thinks he knows. Is it cheating if he helps?
Yes.
Okay.
Dancelap, what are you thinking? So I think I might have an idea.
Oh, yeah, because I come from real hilly country. We don't have so many ocean questions there.
Yeah. What
We
do you
have,
think about a message in a bottle?
Gotta rub it the right way. Wouldn't the tide just keep pushing it back to you? I might be taking this too literally. So, boy, I trust you implicitly, Vianti. So,
There it is.
can we hear it again real fast?
Yeah, sure. Within my shell, great secrets I hold. Open me up, and the truth shall be told. I typically drift, forgotten by most, floating along till I find a new coast. And if I do perish before I am found, my existence is meaningless, my purpose is drowned. I'll wither away amongst the debris, my secret dissolved so no one shall see.
Yeah, I said real fast, but yeah, you know what? Fuck it, Vianti, I got nothing better.
A message in a bottle?
Ding, ding, ding.
Oh, thank God.
Okay.
Yeah, I had no other ideas.
Uh,
I'll be really
Pat
honest.
Vianti on the back, which is really his butt, because that's my size.
I'll take it.
I don't know if Vianti minds much.
Right.
Korg and Issabel, how old am I?
Oh, Christ,
As
is
old
that the whole
as
thing?
Yep. Sorry, say that again?
As old as time.
Ding, ding, ding!
Boom. Nice.
Oh, they got an easy one.
Now you had to remember a lot. I said a lot in between.
How?
That was the dragon turtle saying that.
How you make birthday cake?
Lots
Go
of
ahead.
candles.
Sorry, say that again, Mira.
You just hear Granny from the top of the platform. Brr.
Korg thought you should have continued the ocean theme.
Dragon turtle, he was the answer.
The dragon turtle kind of sulks back into the ocean. It's just, this is what I get for waking up, doing my best, and you know what? Why do I even bother?
As Korg leaves the room, he's like, "Oh, he lives in the ocean."
Yeah.
Come back down here. You're fighting me. Okay. So you all, at various points, kind of crack up into the Colosseum floor again. And Dungeon Master waves his hand, and a bunch of dice appear above it. And he said, "Now, for everyone's favorite part, the random encounters!" And the entire audience cheers. And a D10 rolls an 8, a D100 rolls a 28, and it says Underdark, Gibbering Mouther. And a Gibbering Mouther appears in the middle of the Colosseum. He rolls it again. It says 4, Forest, 82, 3 Displacer Beasts. And 3 Displacer Beasts appear. Rolls it again. It says 3, Desert, 10, 4 Knolls. 4 Knolls appear. And then the last one says 10, Urban, 94. And it starts flashing. And you can hear the audience start chanting, "Dragon, dragon, dragon, dragon." And a young silver dragon crashes into the ground. And I'm going to roll some initiative for some monsters.
Kind of hoping for that Gibbering Mouther. That sounds like a good time.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm marking that off. and then I'm gonna try and forget that was everything.
Marking what up?
That's why it's the free space.
Yeah, that's why it was freezing.
Yeah,
Oh, I filled that in a while ago.
That was guaranteed.
That one is filled out by them just being in the room.
High 5 Vianti, which is a low 5 for Vianti.
Well, hey, they do that too.
Yeah. It's same energy.
Different energy.
Yeah.
So, like, this arena splitting into 4 parts?
No.
Like
so
on a radial, or
it's one giant Colosseum, and you can see above
Free for all?
everyone still has 10 points above their head. And if you look over onto the scoreboard, you can see that dealing a critical hit or max damage is worth 1 point. Killing a monster is worth 5 points. Healing an ally is worth 1 point. And reviving an ally is worth 5 points. And getting knocked down is minus 10 points.
Knocked down?
Like-
You mean
like
rendered prone or knocked out?
Knocked to 0. Knocked unconscious.
Okay.
is minus what? I'm sorry.
Minus 10 points.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Wait,
Gotta
Issabel,
look
we
over
were.
Where's my monster manual? Storm of Stars, you still get to go first.
Hooray.
Question:
So,
Are we?
go ahead.
Sorry, are we fighting all these as separate groups, or?
Your points are kept separately, but you can steal kills and bullshit like that.
I'm camping.
Oh.
Valid strategy.
I was going to go ahead and worry more about living than winning.
They appear to be acting in concert too, like together.
Yeah, all the monsters are on the same team.
Okay. So there's a gibbering mouther,
Mm-hmm.
a silver dragon,
Mm-hmm.
and what else? 3 displacer beasts.
3 displacer beasts and 4 gnolls.
4 gnolls. I missed that. Okay, bad dogs. Okay. I am going to
Panic.
I'll save that for later. That'll be a strategic last resort, possibly. I'm going to. What are the gnolls wearing?
I think they were chain.
Both of them?
They're wearing
There's
hide.
2, you said?
There's 4 gnolls, and they're wearing hide armor.
Okay. Is there one that appears to be like a leader type?
No, you would
Tough.
say they're all the same.
Okay. Storm, by the way, got redressed in his stuff after the Uzi hug. So I have all my stuff on me. He sort of slides his loot around the front, and he starts going, blah blah da, blah da da da, blah da da da, da 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 da, at one of the gnolls.
Okay.
And he sings, "Hot metal, check it and see. Fiery damage I will visit on thee. Come on, doggo, can you do more than burn? It's hot metal for all your turns." So that's my action. How close are they proximally to us?
They are 30 feet from you, let's say.
30 feet. Okay.
Is that everybody generally?
Yes. Yeah.
The bad guys?
Yeah.
All right, and that means Nella's after me, correct?
Mm-hmm.
As far as allies are concerned.
Yes.
As I finish, I'm gonna turn to Nella and just go, "Nella, you're a badass, and you can show us how." And inspiration for you.
Cool.
Okay. And then that's my turn. You are welcome.
Okay. The gibbering mouther gets to go.
Don't give me any of the lip.
Oh, man, they're so gross. For those unfamiliar, gibbering mouthers.
They're disgusting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Lovecraft.
Hold the delicious not shug off.
Yeah, they are. They're like gross.
Right.
Putty,
Royalty-free Shogoth.
They're gross putty monsters with fangs and a bunch of eyes. The good thing is they're slow as hell, so this thing will just slither towards you guys at 10 feet. Okay.
Get him, Uzi.
He wishes he could be Uzi. Yeah, is Uzi part of our super team? No.
No.
Taters?
No, you don't want Taters. Taters has only lived on potatoes for way too long.
She likes his muscles.
All of his stats are negative.
Actually,
Like, if he could heal us with 1 potato, like 1 potato is like 1d4 of health.
It's like a good berry.
this might. I don't know if this is relevant, but Irish peasants were actually among the strongest in Europe until the potato famine, because potatoes contain a lot of vitamins that other staple crops in Europe do not.
Okay. Well, Taters isn't here,
The
so
more
that's
you know.
Korg
Okay.
minored in history.
Yeah.
Korg did minor in
The
history.
displacer beasts will go. And if you guys have never seen displacer beasts, they're like
The
big
best monster.
leopard things with these weird
Love him.
tentacle hairbrush things coming off of them.
You are now imagining displacer kittens. You're welcome.
And they have bunch of legs, it looks like, but it's kind of hard to tell because they kind of keep shifting. And they will charge. Let's do this randomly.
Meow.
Oh. They're big too.
They are large. Okay. Nella, does a 21 hit your armor class?
Yeah.
Okay, so take a total of 10 damage.
Oh my gosh.
Good God.
Dancelap does a...
Yeah, cat horse.
Another 21 hit your armor class.
No.
Oh, weird. 10 damage. Nella, it is your turn.
I thought there was a third one.
Oh.
I mean, if they're displacer beasts, we can see up to 6.
That's true.
Last one will attack Issabel. 23 to hit. Wow.
Sorry.
Oddly enough, no.
Huh. Oh, did you?
I have it written here that my wizard is immune to damage.
Yeah.
That's good.
Take 10 damage.
That's smart.
She's got
I know
plot armor.
So everyone, not to panic, but that's a third of my HP.
Well, good news. There's points for reviving allies.
Korg's not happy
True.
about that.
See, we strategically knock you down, and then
Yeah. I mean, downside is you're losing a lot of points, but everybody else is gaining them. So, Nella, it is your turn.
So I have this displacer beast right in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
Nella will cast or use her Fey teleport and Misty step back 30 feet.
Okay.
That's a bonus action, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I'm going to shoot it full of arrow.
Okay. You have disadvantage on this attack.
Oh, because it's...
Because, yeah, they
Is it
constantly shift. No, because they constantly shift back and forth. So they are just difficult to hit in general.
Shoot, that's a 1.
A natural one?
A natural 1.
It's on,
also known as a
it's on the bingo card.
critical miss.
Yep.
Right.
So Nella fires an arrow, and the displacer beast kind of just shifts out of the way and appears next to where it looked like it was, and then kind of shifts back, and they're just bastards.
Oh, she'll do it again because she gets another attack.
Go ahead.
Stupid cat. That
That's
is
racist.
a 17 to hit.
17 is a hit.
Nice.
And Nella will... I think I'll use a one of my special arrows, and I'll do a grasping.
Okay. So what does that mean I have to do?
Oh, shoot. It just tells me the C rule. But it does 2d6 poison damage and minus 10 feet to speed.
One of these books. Oh, really? Is it like the bottom one? Oh, no, it's this one. Let's see. Fighters. Just gonna stick together.
I forgot to administer the 2d8 fire damage when I cast a spell
Okay.
of heat metal. Sorry, I just thought of it now.
Oh, wow. Okay, cool. It has a check to break out of it, and that's it. It just takes all that extra damage.
Wahaha.
Okay, so... What was your damage again now?
He takes 7 points of poison damage, and he takes 12 points of just arrow damage. I rolled max on that.
That is something on the board. Okay. So that displacer beast, a bunch of vines kind of wrap it in place, and because you hit it, it stops phasing in and out of view. So if other people attack it, they no longer have disadvantage on that one.
Great. Awesome job.
And how much damage did the gnolls take? Did the gnoll take?
I rolled 12 points of fire.
Okay.
I love the way you do Noel.
Nova, it is your turn.
Okay, so for my turn, I'm going to take an action to summon my turret.
Okay.
As a force ballista. And then I'm going to bonus action cast the arcane weapon on my gun.
Okay.
And give it poison damage.
Okay.
And then I want to just try to move. Is there any place that has cover?
Yeah, so kind of there are a couple like rocky outcroppings, like it's an old Star Trek episode, variously placed throughout the Coliseum floor.
Yeah, let me try to take some cover behind one of them.
Okay.
And that'll be my first round.
Vianti, it is your turn.
Okay. So after Dancelap takes that hit, Vianti's gonna kind of step in front of her and just be like, stay close to me. And then, is there like a convenient spot that I can catch like the majority of these creatures in a like 30-foot radius?
In a 30-foot radius? Sure.
Okay. Then I'm going to cast Sickening Radiance there.
God damn it. Okay. That was broken shit. Okay.
Yeah, it is.
I'm just going to irradiate everyone.
Wait, is that what that spell is?
Oh, yeah, no, it's
basically, it's radiation.
Crazy
yeah.
good. Here's more of Soup's made
like
up bullshit spells. Okay.
Nice.
Let's see.
Does that only affect allies, or does it affect everyone?
Next
Nah, it's not discriminating.
It says creatures, that's why I wanted to cast it like catching the creatures in a 30-foot radius, but not necessarily us.
Right.
Here we go. Oh, that's annoying. Watsy, don't do that. Don't put the name of a spell on one page and the entire description on the next.
Oh, yeah, I relate.
The best.
Formatting, guys, come on.
That's what you hire people for.
Creature moves or it starts its turn there. Okay, so when they
Maybe
start
they
their
cheaped out
turn
on that.
there, they're going to take a shit ton of radiant damage.
If they fail their Constitution check. And a level of exhaustion.
Yep. Okay, cool.
Jeez.
Where's the spell and how do I get it?
It's in Xanathar's Guide.
AKA this guide's made up spells.
Yeah. Oh, and they also glow green after they've been irradiated.
This is literally like you expose them to a small nuclear weapon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Again,
called again?
nuke.
Sickening Radiance. Vianti.
It's like that Simpsons episode when Mr. Burns is glowing. He's like, I come in peace.
Anything else on your turn, Vianti?
Nope, just gonna try and position myself so that Dancelap is behind me.
Okay. Dancelap, it is your turn.
Alright, everyone else on 14 is gone?
Yes.
Okay. Oh god. There's still a whippy cat in front of me with like great looking brushes on tentacles for some reason.
Yeah. I mean, you got to get one of those brushes.
Yeah. As far as how much is within 20 feet of me? Just one cat?
Let's say a cat and a gnoll. But the gnoll's in the murder zone.
Cats and dogs fighting together.
Mass hysteria.
Not good enough yet. Instead, I will cast mirror image on myself.
Okay.
So now there's 3 Dancelaps. Or 4 total.
Looking at the displaced beast, I can do that too.
Yeah, basically. Oh yeah, buddy? Guess what?
No.
And then I would like to summon a spiritual whip behind it
Okay.
and nail it on the tush.
Oh my god.
You're really throwing the shade. You're like, I'm displacing and I'm throwing whippy at you.
Yeah. And I can invoke duplicity. Now it's 5 Dancelaps. What are you gonna do?
And then you can cast Blink, and then you're pretty much a mini boss from Legend of Zelda. It's great.
Oh, okay. 12's the lowest. I have +7. No, I will have +6 on that because it's only a cleric spell. So 12, 18. To hit with the spirit weapon.
Okay. Is a hit.
That does it. Nice. Yep. Suck whip creature. +3. 10 radiant damage. Okay. Or no, 10 force damage, right?
I believe it is force. Yeah. So that.
Oh, can I cast that at the 4th level?
Sure.
Apologies. I have spell slots I can't use. So it was 10, and that was an 8. It's 18 damage.
Okay. Makes my math slightly harder. Let's see.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. Okay. So that one also kind of stops phasing in and out of existence. Anything else on your
killed
turn?
one of them.
Well. You killed 3 of them. Look.
Now there were 2 there.
Yeah.
Now there's 1.
Anything else on your turn? Dancelap.
Oh boy. Nope. Just sticking close to Vianti, and it's close to the center of this group of other shields people. What are they?
More than a meat shield.
Is that Korg singing?
That's Korg singing.
Or is that Dan singing?
Yes.
I think either is okay.
Good answer.
Vianti, what is your saving throw?
Oh, bingo, by the way.
Dude!
Hey!
I was 1 Nella shrugging away from 2 bingos.
Wow. If there has been a Yu-Gi-Oh reference, then I have bingo too. But I don't think I've heard one.
No,
There
think
has
so.
been.
I
Have
don't
we
think
done
it was.
anything in this Korg's metal yet? Because that's what I'm missing.
Oh, see, I was counting everything Korg did as metal.
Oh,
Fair.
like when he was like, oh!
Fair. You know, I get it. I get bingo too.
All right.
Vianti, what's your saving throw?
Oh. My saving throw 15.
15. Okay, 2 of the gnolls will fail, 2 will succeed. So roll 4d10 radiant damage.
Well, one of the gnolls has disadvantage on his saves because of heat. So I don't know which one saved or didn't.
That one, even with disadvantage, he will succeed. He rolled well.
Oh.
He's the commander.
Yeah.
The leader of the bunch. You know him.
24.
What? The score above Vianti's head goes up to 20.
Hey,
I did a Dancelap.
I know.
How many did you get?
She
You are
got,
in your element.
or he got 2 of them.
Nice.
Radiant damage is a lot of damage.
Yeah.
It's 40-10.
You
It
say
says right
that
on the
with
box.
such a nice smile on your face.
God, okay.
It really kills him.
It's like radiation poisoning death too. Oh my god.
It's because I'm so radiant.
They're not exactly dead yet. They're gonna spend the next 3 minutes on the ground, heaved over and vomiting. It's real.
Yeah, thinking about me.
That's not a
You
good
really
thing.
want people vomiting because
Now,
they're so
is that-
disgusting?
Is that by definition toxic masculinity?
I wish I had a bingo space for that. That's great.
Can that just be the name of the spell now? Toxic masculinity?
Yes.
That would be amazing.
When Vianti casts it, it is.
Approved.
Right.
Amazing.
Ow, okay.
Not only are they dead, they have a level of exhaustion.
They're very
So they're
tired.
dead.
They're also tired of all this bullshit, so...
Yes, they'll
Tired
sleep
of
in their
being
bed.
alive.
Okay, well, the two gnolls that are still alive will charge Vianti because... What the hell?
Oh, did the heat metal guy, he's still alive?
Yes.
Awesome. Great.
Does a 15 hit your armor class, Vianti?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Oh, no.
She's wearing literally. He's wearing literal scarves.
Okay, so you take 2 hits, and they are 5 piercing damage apiece as you are stabbed with 2 different spears. So you take a total of 10 piercing damage. Okay. And it is the dragon's turn.
I was waiting for that.
And we're all in a bunch, aren't we?
Nope. No, you're all kind of spread out a little bit. The dragon fails its Constitution saving throw, so go ahead and roll your I hate monsters damage.
It is the Warlock's zone of fuck you.
Yeah, no, it really is.
The worst part is wizards and sorcerers can get it too, apparently.
It is 1 evocation higher than I can take. I just checked.
22 that time.
Stop adding.
And it has a level of exhaustion. Good luck on all your skill checks,
Oh
but
boy. Oh, and it's gonna keep. If you exhaust this dragon to death,
That would be
you know what? I'm
hilarious.
just gonna lay down. I'm tired.
Dungeon Master, I told you I'd help out, but come on, man.
Man.
Vianti can outlast
These
this
guys
dragon.
aren't playing.
I'm gonna attack Vianti Dodge.
Oh, that's
Come on.
That's not fair. My armor class is 13.
Oh, do you have to make con checks? You do.
Me?
You have to make Constitution checks. Yeah.
Oh, because it's concentration.
Yeah, I didn't make
Roll
you.
him up to 10.
Yeah.
I didn't make you do it for the last one because I forgot. So, but for
Okay.
this dragon is going to hit you 3 times. So the first attack is a bite for 17 piercing damage.
Oh!
What do you roll on it? Did you get it?
What was the? Yeah, what was the?
What did I roll
was
on
the attack roll?
28.
I'm gonna.
Oh,
I was
shit.
gonna do it.
The attack roll was dragon.
The second attack roll is a 20 to hit
Dragon.
for 13 slashing damage with its claw.
Ow.
And then the last attack roll is a 17 for 13 more slashing damage.
Cutting
I'm
words.
dead.
Conscious is
Cutting words on the last attack.
Okay.
Do you want me to roll the die 8 to reduce it, or
Yes, please.
okay? By 3, so it's a 14. Shit, it still hits you. Fuck. Pardon me. Anglo-Saxon.
Does that knock you out, Soup?
No.
Does it, or?
I'm down.
Okay. The number above Vianti's head goes back down to 10.
Korg have something for that.
And the sickening radiance field fades.
That was very...
As I go down, I just go, help me dance.
Yeah.
Granny, it is your turn.
Cool. All right. Do I feel like if I had a range of attack of 5 feet that I could repeatedly hit the dragon
Please.
if it's flying?
Yes, yeah, it is landed to attack.
All right, cool. So Granny is going to cast Conjure Animals.
God damn it.
You're
Okay.
gonna get a couple of die rolls up in here.
Trip the dragon! Trip the dragon!
It's exhausted.
You can hear Dungeon Master scream, "Not again! No!"
We're gonna add a little bit of a cherry on top, and then as a bonus action, I use oh god, I can't even remember what the ability is called. I use my wild shape, and I turn into a dire wolf myself.
Okay.
We all have tactics. And 37 hit points.
Tactics and trip.
She's the leader of the bunch.
Storm's
up,
first
Granny.
totally poofed out, but he's like, into it.
Okay.
So there are now
I'm-
3 dire wolves on the field.
I'm checking off Granny as a bad dog.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Alright, and I don't think I can attack because the Conjure Animals was my action, but my dire wolves I think can.
Korg love animals.
Roll initiative for them.
Oh, that's right. Okay. That's a no. That's real good. That's a 21 and a 22.
Nice.
That was a natural 20.
You rolled a crit?
Critical hit.
Nice.
Good dogs.
Womp, 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 womp.
Granny has the best dogs.
Does that count as a
Actually,
hit?
It's not a critical hit because you cannot critically succeed. Skill checks can still fail or succeed on 1s and 20s.
Oh, we're not okay.
Oh wait, so does that not count on bingo?
I did mean I did mean a literal critical hit.
Oh.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's okay because I now have advantage on every
Yeah,
attack.
you're gonna make 85 billion attacks a turn. Okay. Issabel, it is your turn. Look, some more wolves appeared. You probably should attack them.
So how many bad things can I line up between the one displacer beast that is currently munching my face and anything but... How many things can I get in a straight line?
Let's say 3. You can get a displacer beast, the gibbering mouther that's like, I'm scary too, and the dragon.
Oh, I forgot about that thing.
I'm gonna get there, okay?
When it gets here, it will be pretty scary.
Fair enough.
He's just a late bloomer.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I am going to bonus action disengage, run away from the displacer beast, and then mid-run, turn around, point my arm cannon at it, and cast a lightning bolt.
Okay. Ooh, I rolled absolute garbage on those lightning bolt saves.
Perfect.
So there is 3 failures. My highest
Wow.
roll was a 9. I burned all my good rolls with that dragon.
This is the second time this week I've been down by a dragon.
This one was randomly generated. I did roll those numbers randomly. I did.
The attacking of me wasn't.
Okay.
I am playing these monsters strategically. It's supposed to be a competition.
That is 18 points of lightning damage from here to there, and anything flammable in that line of sight also combust.
Okay.
Dragons are very flammable, as I understand.
Interesting.
Silver dragons are.
Yeah.
I don't think that's historically true.
Only 18?
I rolled
thought-
real poorly.
It's fair.
It's 8d6 damage, but I rolled a lot of 2.
Ooh.
Okay. Anything else on your turn?
Use the rest of my move action to get into cover.
Okay, cool. Storm of Stars, it is your turn.
Okay, so another 2d8 on Nolio and his burning chain. Hot metal,
Okay.
hot metal. 7 points of fire. Is he still up?
He is still up.
Okay, I'm gonna ask him to make a wisdom saving throw, and I'm gonna look at him and go.
Okay.
Korg sheds a
And
single
cast
tear.
it in whispers, and I'm gonna cast it at 3rd level.
Okay.
Because I want this guy out of the fight.
He will fail.
3rd level.
Great. So that was dissonant whispers messing his mind. So it is at third, so I do 5d6. So let me just roll the damage. 2, 3, 5. Poop. Alright. 6 and 6. 12 points psychic, and he has to run away.
Well, he's dead. So,
Oh, good.
he permanently runs away into
He was
Noel
so scared he
Valhalla.
left his body.
He has fled this life.
Valhalla. It's like the great kennel in the sky.
Yeah. And he just kind of, and falls
At
over.
least he died laughing.
Yeah.
Yeah, his friends died of radiation poisoning.
No. Or no. Australian accent. Storm of Stars. Anything else on your turn, Storm of Stars?
How far is Vianti from me?
He's about 30 feet from you.
I think heat metal to do the damage is a bonus action. I'm
It is.
sorry.
Yeah, no, it did. You what? What did you say?
Well, okay. Yeah, what would you like to... Do you want to move next to Vianti Storm?
Please.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to go to Vianti.
Greenie, your bad dogs get to go.
Both of them?
Yeah, because they rolled 21 and 22. So
Cool.
it's Storm, Wolves, Mouther.
All right. They have pack tickets. They get advantage.
Who let the dogs out?
That is a 23 to hit for the first one.
No, terrible. I hate it. You can hear Dungeon Master is just slamming his head into something.
All right, that is a 10 on the damage, and they have to make a DC 13 strength saving throw.
Dragons are very strong.
Yes, but this one's also irradiated.
Oh damn! No, that's for
It
skill
ended.
checks.
It didn't in the level of exhaustion, though. The spell did.
Right. It still has that.
I'm pretty sure the dragon hasn't taken a long rest.
Took too long.
You know the
rest.
round's really long with all the people.
Actually,
He
it
could've-
says that the
cast time
levels
stop.
of exhaustion caused by the spell go away when the spell ends.
Ah, boo.
Boo.
Just be.
Boo for
Whatever,
your
knock it
honesty
over.
about your made-up spells.
Push it down.
It rolled a 17 on its strength check.
Okay, so that'll make it. Second attack, I crit.
Okay,
That's a critical hit.
that's a critical hit.
There we go.
And damage is 7 plus 5 plus 3 is so that's 15 damage and another.
15. Okay, and it will make its strength check again. It rolls a 20.
All right.
I mean, but if you just keep making it make checks, it's not going to do it forever. Okay.
This guy's got to roll bad at some point.
I mean, it's a
Keep going at
dragon.
it.
It has 3 legendary resistances, and he can just decide it passes.
It's a young dragon. So
It only has 1 or 2 then.
The Gibbering Mouther will go, and it's going to
Uh-oh.
attack.
did you skip me?
Yeah, I think he did, because you should have gone right before me.
You should have. I'm sorry.
I would like to take my turn, please.
I would
Okay,
like
go ahead.
Dan to take his turn.
Healing word on Vianti. You're back up. 1 second. I just got to roll for that.
Nice.
That
I
counts
wanted
as
the
a rest
points.
for us.
Yes, it
Yeah.
does. That is 6 points of HP back to Vianti.
Okay.
And Korg will look at his Placer Beast and say, "Was going to be nice before, but then you hurt my friend." And then he will take 2 attacks with his big fuck off axe.
Okay.
That's bad. So, am I disadvantaged or?
No, if you're attacking the one that attacked your friend, then you are not disadvantaged.
That is a first one was just abysmal. It was a 9.
Okay,
The second one is not much better. It's a 13.
13 is a hit.
Oh, lovely. D12. That is 11 points of damage.
Okay.
Bad kitty.
Okay. Anything else on your turn, Korg?
I wish I could do other things on my turn, but I cannot.
Okay. Gibbering Mouther is going to ooze its way up to Nova.
No.
Rude, I'm in cover.
I've come around the corner. You haven't been attacked yet.
Get your own stalagmite.
Ooh, that's not great. Oh, jeez. 7 to hit.
No. Sure.
Yeah, they're not great attackers. They're great come to me's, and then I'm swallowing yours.
Ew.
They're great gibberers too.
Yes. No, expert gibberers.
Surprisingly, only all right mouthers.
Can't say I've had the pleasure or displeasure myself.
Nova, you noticed the ground around the Mouther is kind of warping, like as if it can warp space and time, and the ground feels mushy around you.
Yeah, this is their bullshit.
That might have an effect on your turn. The Displacer Beast will go. One will attack Korg.
Korg loves the pain.
If he wasn't metal before, that's
I'm
metal.
double
We all
counting
agree.
Yeah,
Korg
that's
is
definitely Korg metal.
I'm sorry, 15 to hit Korg.
That will hit. My
Okay.
AC sucks.
So that's 10 damage.
Okay, Korg does not love the pain that much.
Korg would like to revisit previous statement.
Displacer Beast will attack Storm of Stars.
Korg gets a long distance relationship pain.
25 to hit Storm.
Oh.
I'm like, come on, cats gotta stick together, man.
Yeah, this is cat on cat crime. I don't like it.
And one will attack. Is there anyone I haven't attacked yet? Let's be nice. Granny?
Isn't
What was,
there one wrapped in
what was
vine?
the damage? Sorry.
No, I have not been attacked yet.
The damage was 10. And one of them is wrapped
Thank
in
you.
vines, so to move it has to make a strength check. It will fail, and it takes damage, Nella.
Yeah. It takes 8 points of damage.
Okay.
No, wait, 9. After
9?
3. No, it's
Okay. And that one can't move, so it can't attack. Nella, it is your turn.
cool. I'm going to everyone's do the one that just tried to, the one covered in vines. I'll attack that one.
Okay.
Oh. That's a 19 to hit.
It's a hit.
And
Don't forget you have one inspiration die too.
that's true. And that is max damage again, so it's 12.
That will kill a displacer beast. So
Do I count that as she rolls the highest?
Gets the high roll.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a bingo!
Hey.
Hey.
And then
Me too, bingo. On that one. Thank you, Noah.
Hey, twice.
Hey.
Welcome to Bingo Club, guys.
I'll do
The bingo club. First rule about bingo club. You tell everyone about bingo club.
Well, yeah, you have to announce it. You have to say bingo.
Yeah.
It doesn't count.
Yeah.
Vinny is somewhere playing bingo in a very seedy place.
He's working the numbers on it. Yeah.
Exactly.
I thought you were going legit.
Not
No,
even
you
a
were just,
seedy
you were
place.
just
It's
retiring
like a
from
retirement
adventuring.
home.
Was
I mean, my grandma is the most notorious criminal in Neverwinter, so
Nella technically had advantage if it was restrained.
It's
wanna-
dead.
Do you want to see the crit? I'm just saying.
Just see if a crit. Well, right.
Nella, would you like to
Stop,
make
it's already
another attack? What are you doing? Nella,
On the dead one, or
No, you get a second. You get 2 attacks because you're a fighter of above 5th level.
yeah, I was gonna turn my attention to the displacer beach that attacked Storm. Just
Okay.
lay into it.
Okay.
Oh, that's not as good. That's a 13.
13 is a hit.
Yay!
Nice.
So that's 6 points of damage. And then I'm going to action surge and hit him again.
Oh, okay, well, that one died. So, Nella's over here stealing kills. That was mine.
Honestly.
It's a legit strategy.
That's mine too.
Would you still like to action
Korg just
surge
waiting
and
for
try and
Vianti.
murder someone else? There's a knoll that doesn't look so great.
There's one more displacer beast up if you want to
There's
get
still
all
another
three.
displacer
I'll get all
beast.
3.
Okay.
Go for the trifecta. Yeah, absolutely.
That's got to be worth some bonus points.
Dungeon Master is just tossing up his betting sheet right now. He's like,
I did actually make odds on who I thought would win.
Oh,
That's.
okay.
I'm sure Nella was.
I'm
the
almost
ringer.
positive Nella's number 1.
Right. The deadliest character in stream.
I rolled again and it was a 24. Hit.
If no one has marked off Nella gets the highest roll yet, there's one.
Yeah, no, that's what bingoed me.
So go ahead and roll damage.
That's another 9.
Okay.
So does that mean I have another attack since I action surge, or is it just like one extra one?
Nope, you get another
You
attack.
get a full.
This is
Oh,
what I'm
yeah.
in melee with, right?
Yes.
This is why fighters are deadly.
That's a 26.
Oh
Hit.
Yep.
Oh, but that's only 5 points of damage.
Okay.
Does that kill it?
No.
Oh, thank
What,
God.
4 arrows in one turn?
Suck it, guns.
This is Korg's kill. Get your. Oh,
Okay.
you did.
Anything else, Nella?
Now I'll give a haughty look to Korg if he's going to say that to her.
Okay.
Korg
I'm
not
just
sure
gonna
she wants
shout
to
back.
pick
I
this
already
fight.
got 2.
Nova, it is your turn.
Okay. Question. Well, I'm gonna gun the dragon. Do I get sneak attack on the first one because it's engaged with the doggos?
Then yes.
Yay! Okay.
Nice. Critical hit.
I like this.
Nat 20!
Okay.
Boom.
On a sneak attack. Just pointing that out there.
Bang, bang.
Yes. On a
No
sneak
team
attack.
gun.
Oh my
Turns
God.
it sideways.
So that's 8 plus 2 is 10. 17. 28 plus plus 4 is 32 and another 1 34 or 33 at 39 damage total.
Okay.
Wow.
Take that, Team Bows.
I'm gonna take my second attack.
Why do you have a second attack?
It's a thing.
Artificer's magic.
It's an artillerist thing. Arcane armament can take 2 attacks per turn when attack action is used. But one of the attacks must be made with a magic weapon, which is my musket because it's magically enchanted with arcane weapon. It's also got an infusion on it. But
Okay,
yeah,
but
so-
muskets only let you make 1 attack a turn. They have the loading property.
oh, is it because I have to reload?
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. Then I'm gonna have my turret shoot the goopy boy.
Okay.
With my force ballista, which is gonna be 22 to hit.
Is a hit.
Okay. So it takes 2d8 force damage, and it has to be pushed 5 feet away from the target.
No. Come back.
That's half my movement
Come
speed.
back.
7. 12 damage.
My armor class is so low. Okay.
And then I want to scooch away from the Goopy boy as well.
Okay.
No.
Just like 15 feet, just enough so it can't get to you. It's next.
No. Okay.
Yeah, pretty much. I just want to move just far enough away.
Okay.
She's gonna kite it around the arena.
Vianti, it is your turn. You have 6 hit points.
Yeah. Gonna just like look up at Dancelap like, did I do it?
You did real good.
Storm's next. Storm's next to you too. He's purring to try and keep you up, keep your spirits up.
I like your chances with the cat man.
Quite handsome. Wow. I guess I should get knocked out more often. All right.
Well,
Korg mumbles, "You're welcome."
Thank you for saving me, handsome cat man.
So problematic. Awesome.
Well, I'm gonna do a thing before I take a nap. Okay. Gonna cast hypnotic pattern so that the Durgan can see it.
Okay.
I'm just
Kinda
gonna prove this
What kind of
dragon.
save does it have to make?
Or wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Oh, each creature within an area, actually.
Yeah, it's not friendly. Do you want to? Are you sure you want to cast that?
Is that gibbering mouther actually like far away from anything?
Well,
or not?
It's not really close to any other bad guy. If you get the dragons, you would get all of the wolves as well.
Well,
And
never
also
mind on
Granny.
that one. I wanted to distract it for the wolvies. Okay. Hold on, then. How about does this one do? Okay, then instead, I'm going to try and enthrall it. So it still needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. It will succeed on its wisdom saving throw.
Dang.
Take a dang.
Okay.
Third dang.
It's made to perceive any creature other than you until the spell ends or until the target can no longer hear you. What does it do?
I'm pretty sure
Nothing.
it doesn't do anything on a success.
Dang. Okay. Well, then I'm just gonna lay back down.
Oh, the ground's so cool. It's so nice.
I get it.
Okay. Dancelap, it is your turn.
Oh boy.
So there is one gnoll, one displacer beast, the gibbering mouther, and the dragon left. And the gnoll's kind of alone, and it's like, I can do it.
Yeah, you'd say they're all pretty close to me by now.
Yeah, they're nothing's more than 30 feet away from you.
Hey, C words.
Boom.
I will summon a legion of backup dancers.
Yeah.
Bingo.
Double.
Bingo.
Bingo.
Let's see. Man, I still don't have it. Nella, just shrug. Oh, hold on. I want to see what, because I know Spirit Weapon has a weird cast at higher levels threshold. Is this? Asgardian.
It's a normal cast at higher level threshold.
The bottom of it should tell you, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'll cast it at third. Oh, what do I do to protect my baby boy? Me and my mirror images will stand over Vianti.
Okay.
And I will also put Sanctuary on myself.
Sanctuary is not concentration?
Sanctuary is not concentration. Neither is mirror images. Neither is my spirit weapon. I'm concentrating on one thing right now. I looked it up specifically to see how broke I could get. Turns out, pretty broke.
Cleric's good.
Now, I have a question for you. Who would you like to designate as a friend for your spirit guardians?
Oh, like I'm competitive, but more in a I'm prettier than you way than in like a run up the scoreboard way. I think anyone who was introduced with the Dungeon Master bit, anyone Chris Collinsworth is called out by name,
okay,
is friendly.
Now here's a guy. Okay. It is the Gnoll's turn. The Gnoll will foolishly attack Dancelap.
First, it has to see if it even can.
Yeah, so it's a whiz saving throw. Ooh.
Gnolls are very good at that, in my experience.
That's not great. The Gnoll will attack Storm of Stars.
Sorry, Storm.
The Gnoll will roll a critical failure, and he joins your side.
Nice.
Oh. So I am going to say, though, since the Gnoll started its turn within the backup answers...
Excellent point, my new friend who's height appropriate.
God.
New friend is height appropriate.
Go ahead and roll your damage.
I like it. I feel like we're on the same level.
Yeah.
Ooh.
11.
Okay. That Gnoll had the worst turn of its life. Okay.
Yeah. It's currently amid an infinity of Dancelap storm.
Wow. How did I not hit anything? Just anything. There's like a billion targets
confused by the amount of pole dancing halflings right now.
I'm sorry.
I've been there, bud.
Laugh, Australian accent. Repeat whatever I just said.
Nailed it. And the Academy Award goes to...
I'd like to thank all my friends.
We're all dead.
Okay. It is the Dungeon and Dragons' turn.
Oh, yeah? Would you say it's within 20 feet of me?
No.
Come on! Where is this dragon?
I was actually picturing
actually.
It was like 30 feet away from you, kind of. There's like...
It made 3 attacks on Vianti.
Yeah, it was at Vianti.
Okay, fair.
Thank you.
It will succeed on its wisdom saving throw.
It's still gonna take half of it.
That's fine.
Ooh, that was pretty good. That's 13. Ooh, that's 21.
Nice.
Okay.
2 8s and a 5.
21.
Okay. All of the wolves make Constitution saving throws.
Oh boy.
Okay. Fair played.
Actually, that's not bad. That's a 19, an 18, and an 8.
Hold on.
I mean, that's still going to hurt. Dragon Breath is nasty.
Oh, totally.
Is it using its charm breath?
We got 37 hit points apiece.
Charm breath.
It has charm breath.
It has paralyzing breath, yeah. Okay.
Oh, good.
So, if you succeeded on the throw, which is the anything above a 17, you take 27 cold damage. If you failed on that saving throw, you take 54 cold damage.
You said it was a young dragon, I thought.
Yeah.
Dragon breath is nasty.
Yeah.
A silver dragon. Metallic
He doesn't-
dragons
he's
are
not-
no joke.
Yeah.
I
He's not a
believe it
fried
gets
dragon.
fewer breaths because it's young, not that its breath does less.
Right. Yeah.
All right, one of my wolves disappears, but the other two are still up.
Okay. That is the
I
dragon.
thought one of them was you.
One of them is me, yes,
Yeah.
and that one's still up.
That is not the one that disappeared.
Well, where's Granny?
weird.
You would just see Granny. She'd
Um,
still be there.
Okay. Korg, it is your turn.
All right. Nobody's down. Korg will chop up this displacer beast, hopefully.
Okay. So make attacks with.
Natural 20, and because I'm a half-orc, I get an extra d12, so that's 3d12.
Dude, sweet.
Okay.
24 points of damage.
Okay.
Chop, chop. That's the cat, or what are you
That's
saying?
the displacer beast, yeah.
Okay. It's still
What's
standing.
How? It took the lightning, it took Nella's
It is 6
attacks,
legs.
it took my other attack. How is it still
They have a lot of hit
Whatever.
points.
Okay.
Yeah. Low AC usually means.
Tough.
I will hit it again.
Wait until we start trying to chip away at that mouther.
You've got to be kidding me. Okay, that's a 10.
Is a miss.
Whatever, I got a crit anyways. Make sure to mark my points. Who's the most? That's Vianti for sure. I'll give another healing word to Vianti. So you get 8 points back. So you're up at 14.
I'm sorry, what was that?
You get 8 points back. You're up at 14.
Who's doing that? Is the handsome cat man helping?
No, actually,
would've
this time
waited
it's the
to hear that
it's
one.
the tall drank a limeade over here. He's never wearing my.
Drink wouldn't lie me.
No, that was my friend Korg. Check out his tour.
Oh, he has a name.
Oh.
It's Korg.
Most people do.
She's right.
Make sure to mark a point for that.
Granny, it is your turn.
All right, I have a question. Is it a? I tried to look it up, but I couldn't find it. Is it a bonus action to change out of wild shape? I assume it is.
I believe for you it is.
All right, cool. That's gonna weaken me significantly, but I got a spell I've been dying to use. So, Granny is gonna come out of wild shape real quick, and she's gonna cast Blight on this dragon.
God, okay.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
That's
probably gonna.
the spell.
Yeah. It's a con saving throw. It has to be 15.
Okay. It will succeed, but it'll take still a lot of necrotic damage.
Yup. Oh, dang. That is some good ass rolls. 21. 29. And 46. 46. 50. So, 50 full damage, 25 reduced.
Okay.
Look at Andy's face.
There's still a dragon up.
There is still a dragon up, although the dragon's like, "Ha, I have succeeded." What the fuck? Oh, my heart.
Pick the word bloodied.
Oh no, it's been bloodied for a while. Yeah. Okay. Anything else on your turn, Granny?
I don't think there's anything else I really can do.
Okay. Issabel.
What all is within 20 feet of this dragon?
The wolves. The wolf.
Wolf. Singular now. There's
Granny.
only one left.
Dancelap, Vianti, Storm,
So because I'm an evocation wizard, I can exclude up to 4 targets. I'm going to use that for Storm, Vianti, Dancelap, and Granny. And I cast Fireball on the dragon.
Okay. So Granny, make a dex save for your wolf.
Sorry.
13. Probably doesn't make it.
Unfortunately not.
That wolf disappears then. It's only got 10 hit points left.
And the dragon will fail its dex save.
How many points do we get for killing an ally?
Well, one could argue, I said monster, and wolves are monsters.
Skill monster.
True that.
Korg will argue technicality as a free action.
Is that like technical difficulties?
It's like rolling to
So,
metagame.
that is 32 points of fire damage to the silver dragon.
Was the normal
And
also
everything else around it. That I did not include.
I cover Vianti, and then we don't take any damage. And I thank Joaquin.
Did I just kill a dragon?
The score above Issabel's head increases by 5 as the dragon bursts into flames and flops onto the ground.
Granny will yell, kill Stealer.
She's just going to say to herself, Issabel, Tina, Valence, Bronzeworthy.
Okay, never mind. We're good. Okay.
That sounded really cool.
Anything else?
Korg has a new song idea. Sorry.
Wait,
Did I
what?
mention all her spells shoot from her arm cannon, by the way? Because that's a thing.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I asked.
Sorry, I
Anything else on your turn, Jay?
I will bonus action to Shield of Faith myself.
Okay.
good call.
Storm of Stars. There is one knoll, a displacer beast, and the gibbering mouther left.
And the gibbering mouther is pretty close to us, is that right?
It's
Or
not far from Nova.
Okay.
So
Scooching after me.
I'm going
Real
to.
nice.
I'm gonna ask the gibbering mouther to make a wisdom saving throw because I don't think it's that wise.
I'm shockingly bad.
But I
at
could be
that.
wrong.
Nope. Ah, that failed. 13.
13 fails. So it will take 6d6 psychic and has to use its reaction to flee me because of pain.
So
let me roll
slow.
that damage. That's right. So I'm just emphasizing that.
Lunge forward.
Okay. Boom. That is 2 6s, 2 and 3 1s. So 12, 15.
15.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes you upcast and it just doesn't matter.
Okay. Anything else on your turn, Storm?
I'm gonna stay by the group here.
Okay. The wolves are dead. It's the Mouther's turn. It can't do jack shit because it's so slow. So just come on. Give me a
Mission
chance.
accomplished. Nope.
It closes all its eyes like it's really trying real hard to get there. Come on. Come on. Displacer Beast on Korg. Ugh. 13 to hit Korg.
That is my AC.
Okay, so it does 10 damage. And then it is Nella's turn.
Nella will keep hammering away at that displacer beast.
Okay.
Oh, that's a 1.
Okay. You get another attack, though.
Yep.
Like a parabola. No,
Oh, that's better. 24.
That's a hit.
See what I mean?
Yes. It's like a Farian phenomenon. Nella's parabola.
Great
And then-
disaster, critical failure, no in-betweens.
That's a 10 to hit. Or 10 damage.
Okay.
Nice.
It's still up, but just barely.
Ah.
Anything else on your turn, Nella?
I don't think I can do anything else.
Okay.
Did you use both attacks?
Yeah, I got a 1 on the first one.
Sorry.
Nova, it is your turn. There is a Knoll, a Displacer Beast, and a Gibbering Mouther left.
Okay, question. For that double attack thing, am I using that second attack action to reload so that I can take an attack on the next turn? Or am I reloading, I just can't use the attack for the musket because it's reloading?
So,
could I... Yeah.
If you had a different weapon, you could use it twice. But you have to... But just part of the attack action for a musket is reloading it. Mm-hmm. Regardless of how many attacks you get. You can only make one attack with a weapon that has the reload property. Which are like crossbows and muskets, pistols, that kind of thing.
Would I be able to do... to cast as the second attack?
No.
Or no? Okay.
Can she musket like short sword, for instance? Would that be?
I'd have to see how arcane armament is worded, but it sounds like no.
Oh, because the magic, the weapon itself has to be.
Yeah.
No.
One.
The first attack I make has to be with, or one of my attacks has to be with a magical weapon. It doesn't say both have to. So the exact wording is can take 2 attacks per turn when attack action is used, but one of the attacks must be made with a magic weapon, the magic of which you use to propel the attack. So, like, I have a rapier. Could I do musket, rapier, and then turret?
Yeah, so it's already loaded. You shoot once, and then you pull your gun or your knife or whatever.
Must be made with a magic weapon. Yeah. Then you can do that.
Okay. Then I'm gonna attack this goo beast again. With gun first. I'm assuming no sneak attack this time because it's paying attention to me.
Correct.
Yep.
And it's been pushed back and run away. And...
Does the turret count as an ally?
I'm gonna say no.
I don't think it does.
Right.
That's a 26 to hit.
Okay, that's a hit.
So it's gonna be 11, 12, 17 points of damage.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna stab him with the rapier.
Okay.
Stab.
22 to hit,
Is a hit.
which will be another 9 damage.
Okay.
Is he still up?
Yes.
Okay, then I'm gonna turret and push that motherfucker back,
Okay.
assuming I hit. Which is an 18 to hit.
Is a hit.
Okay. So that's gonna be really double ones on my damage. 2 points of damage, but it gets pushed 5 feet away.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna scoot out of range of it again as well.
Okay.
You're tightening it.
That's my 87 attacks.
That was Nova. Vianti, it is your turn.
Okay, is there anything within 10 feet of me?
Yes.
Pile of
there's
dragon
a,
ashes.
There's a knoll within 10 feet of you.
Cool. I'm going to poison spray him.
Okay.
So the description says that I extend my hand towards a creature that I see within range and project a puff of noxious gas from your palm.
Mm-hmm.
So I imagine that I like blow him a kiss.
And it makes a little
Nice.
heart and then a skull and crossbones.
Yeah.
Green cloud.
Can we
Yeah.
call this one lesser toxic masculinity?
And is that a saving throw or a...
Yeah, it's a Constitution save, please.
Okay.
Don't listen to him, Vianti. I find your lack of appreciating personal space to be very charming.
Thank you, my friend.
It will fail its Constitution saving throw.
Glitzkin 2d12s.
Such a deadly power.
That'll be 11 points of damage.
11 is what you need to kill that gnoll.
Boom.
Woo!
So the
I did
number
the
on
thing.
Vianti's over Vianti's head will increase again. So, Dancelap, it's your turn. There is a Displacer Beast and a Gibbering Mouther left.
Oh crap! That Displacer Beast is still up.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, I got this one, but you could kill steal it if you want.
Oh, I'm gonna try.
Of course you are.
Team Kiss Coin, have a card. I see you have an instrument. You can show up.
We'll give you a tryout.
Let's see. First things first, I'm going to... Yes, say, Vianti, dance. And that's my healing word at level 3.
Okay.
That's 5. That's 8 plus... I can do plus 4 on that. So that's another 12. And then I'm going to look up and be like, what are you? You're not a very good cat or a very good hairbrush. And it should make a wisdom save.
It's been viciously mocked. Roll your damage.
There's no way I got an 8 on that because it's a 3. There it is. 2 through no pluses, right? I don't
No
think I'm that
pluses.
kind of clear
No pluses.
yet. So 6 psychic damage. As I throw shade at it.
All of
Got
its little tentacle hairbrushes will,
Oh, come on!
and then fall over.
It's a valid strategy.
Kill Stealer!
High five.
What to talk, Jag?
We're on the same team.
Dragon's dead. Korg, it is your turn. There is a Gibbering Mouther left.
That's it?
Yep.
Alright.
Also, my point math might be off, but I do have a winning person right now. Or team.
Is it Team Nella?
Might be Team Nella.
Yeah.
So the real question is, who's in second?
Yeah. Corgan is
It
in
was
second.
Aw. If I hadn't gone down.
And you might be able to win if Korg can kill this in one turn.
Nope. I don't think I can.
Not with that kind of attitude.
I think I can.
Come on, Nova's done so much damage to it, you should be able to finish it off.
Okay.
Not
well,
to metagame. I think you can kill this thing in one turn.
If you don't, I probably can.
Yeah, no, you know what? 5d8 might be able to do it. Alright, Korg will run up, do a rock star slide. You're not sure how this doesn't fucking destroy his knees.
Knee pads.
He has knee pads, that's why.
Half
And just this amazing power chord, and he's going to cast Shatter at 4th level, right next to this Gibbering Mouther.
I am
that'll do
triple
it.
mark for his medal.
Let's hear it, dude. Your Rob Halford.
That is... Yeah, Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Wait, how far is that from your turret?
The turret's back from where she started. Had to flee and been pushed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the turret's got
It was at
crazy
least 5
range.
feet away from
I made it move its speed, which was 10 feet, and then Noah made it move 5 feet twice. Did it move on its turn?
Whatever. I won't get the turret. I will not get the turret. I'll just
Okay.
be on the outskirts. It's just Korg probably would not pay much attention to that.
Okay, roll your damage.
Okay, and it's a Constitution saving throw.
Mhm.
I don't know if it made it.
I'll tell you in a second.
6, 14, 16, 21, 27. 27 damage.
So this gross putty monster just kind of starts bubbling, and then it just explodes like it's in a Cronenberg movie.
Korg plays through it, like as he's getting showered in fucking gore.
Suddenly Nordic War show. It's awesome. Right.
And you see...
And to gimp out that last point, he'll also cast Healing Word on Issabel.
Okay. And you see running out onto the field is a water genasi with a microphone. And she runs up to you and says, Korg Daniel, you've just won the Beyond Trials. What are you going to do now?
I'm going to start a workers' revolution in Waterdeep, hopefully.
That seems weird, but okay. Back to you in the booth.
We don't do, the two of us, we don't do normal things.
And in another flash of light, you are all returned to what you were doing before, perfectly healed and de-leveled if appropriate.
Am I still covered in gore?
No, you are clean as if you never left.
Before they flashed out, Granny was actually bent down over the big pile of gibbering mouth goop with like a vial trying to get up.
Oh, Issabel was trying to collect dragon scales.
Storm was interested in some Disaster Beast Tide.
Okay.
Korg is sad that all the kitties are dead.
I was doing Vianti hair.
Yeah, I don't really want to reach into some goop.
Nah,
we're good.
That's for others.
Okay.
Yeah.
And with that, it concludes the Beyond Trials, or whatever
I have one last question.
Okay.
Does Korg have his skull thing or the magic box?
You have the magic box.
Yes! Is there anything inside it now?
No.
No. Light.
Still glows. Okay. Outros and plugs. Daniel.
Hi. I'm Daniel, otherwise known as Korg, otherwise known as the Victor, high fives Jay from across the continent. You can find me at LightningFast11 on Twitter, or you can find me at Horrible Barovia Time, or Must Be Fate, or other thing. Wink, wink.
Okay. Marty.
Yeah. Come to the Kissed Coin, first of several locations. This one's in Waterdeep. See a show. Earlier is better for the kid. Later, it's different. Just, And, hey, don't be shitty in general about sex workers. They're people, too.
Sex workers of the world unite.
Soup.
Hi, I'm Soup, aka Soupska, on Twitter and Instagram, and I do artwork. I did the overlay for this stream.
Yeah.
For every stream, because you're amazing.
True that.
I also like to do a lot of doodles of our characters and stuff, so if you liked what you saw here today and you want to see more content of that, check me out. Also, come to the Kiss Line launch.
They're really funny doodles. You should follow her.
Always be branding.
Jay.
You cut out. Was that me?
Yes.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes. Hi, I'm Jay. You can find me on Twitter at JRTrue if you would like for some reason. Yeah. Also, I apparently won. Go me and Dan.
There might be a recount later. I'll have to say if I missed something. I do think you guys won, but it was close.
I mean, that gibbering mouther killed me. Even if they didn't win,
that sealed.
Yeah, they won.
Mira.
Hi, I'm Mira. You can find me both on Twitter and on Instagram at Birds and Nerds. I'm actually working on getting some information out for Spring Break commissions. So if you want me to draw your D&D character, I'll be posting information about that. So you can hit me up and get some cool drawings. Oh, and also, if you guys didn't get a bingo, plug Andy's monster.
Yeah, I didn't get called a monster.
I like plugging that he's a monster.
Yeah,
Third bingo.
Must be nice.
Timothy.
Hi. Hello there. I'm Timothy, also known at Timothy Magic on Twitter, Timothy McCown Reynolds on Instagram. I play in D&D with my friends. I make art. I make theater. I make plays. I do all kinds of fun stuff. I'm plugging Captain Marvel. Go see it. It's an awesome film. It's really beautiful. I loved it. So that's it for me.
Liz.
Hi, Liz. Nella's gonna be very salty because she didn't win for a few weeks.
Just shrug in character. Just shrug in character.
Do it.
She refuses.
And Zom.
Hi, I'm Zom. You know the drill. Find me online. Go look at my writing stuff. And if you are going to Emerald City Comic Con, I'm going to be there on Saturday. So come find me and we can high five or something.
In slow motion, in midair.
Yes. I will do slow-mo high fives.
Will you freeze frame at point of impact?
Yes.
Charge for that.
Solid deal,
Is there
everyone.
any way to do it?
I'm Andy Hatton at Andy Hatton on Twitter. Join us next week for the finale to ODRA and Task Force Unlikely Episode 12 Golden Hour. The odds I had were Dancelap and Vianti 100-1, Korg and Issabel 20-1, Storm and Nella 10-1, Nova and Granny 10-1. So, congratulations for beating the odds, Korg and Issabel. You beat the favorites.
Absolutely.
Never doubt against an evocation wizard.
It's true.
I also did some stuff.
That fireball is no joke. Yeah, absolutely. Both you guys.
Have a good night, everybody. And happy 1 year anniversary.
Yay.
Happy
Yay.
It has been an amazing year. Thank you so much.
Amazing year, all of you. Host many more.
Yay!
Mhm.
I just met you people.